Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Awaken Tarot. Website on the back is, if I can get it close enough, myryve.com. There is an art director credited on this. It's on the book. I can't get the book out of the box at the moment. That person's name is Sally Willems, Willms. I think if you go to the website, you'll probably find that information. I haven't been there yet, but hopefully I will soon. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. And then there's a website at the bottom there, hayhouse.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. What do we have for Taurus? Okay, so the future card so far is good. What do you have to leave? No, I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, so all right, so this is gonna start rough. I'm just gonna be flat out honest with you. It's gonna start rough, but then it gets better. Gets a lot better, but there's my first thought when I'm looking at this is like you're gonna hit a bump here. It's gonna leave a mark. Whatever this is happening that we're about to talk about, it might leave an emotional scar, and just be aware of it. And they're saying that might be something you want to think about and try to work through, because whatever's going on here, I feel like somebody might have told you. I feel like for a lot of you years ago, what you were getting involved with. And it was kind of like, I know what I'm getting involved with, and I'll handle it the best I can. I'm sure I can make it work. I'm looking back in the past, and I feel like somebody might have said something, and those words are coming back to haunt you. I would first off say, don't let those words haunt you. Just let them be reference. Like, everything happens for a reason. We had to go through what we had to go through. The situation is heading for a bump. And when I say bump, maybe I should call it a cliff, because it seems like there's a harsh ending about to happen. Somehow, some way, for some of you, you might just be intuitive. And just intuitively, you had this inkling like this isn't going to go well at some point. And maybe you went against your intuition. Or literally somebody said to you, what you're getting involved with, it'll go good for a while, but at some point it's going to fall off a cliff. And you're like, I'll see it coming and I'll plan accordingly. I'll handle it. It's happening. You got Temperance coming in with the Death card. I mean, the Death card could be Scorpio. The Temperance could be Sagittarius. I'm not really feeling people here. I'm more feeling like a situation just ending and just not being able to even grieve over it. It's kind of like losing your house to a fire and just having to find somewhere to live, and that's just, everybody's okay, but we got to find somewhere else to live. We just got to keep going. Very traumatic event, but you just got to keep going. You have to find some place to sleep. You have to find some place to eat. You just got to do it. It's very traumatic. It's very traumatic, whatever's happening right here. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm going to say the majority of you coming to this reading, this has already happened. If this is hitting, I feel like, if this is hitting and it hasn't happened yet, I feel like you already popped in your mind what it could be. So it doesn't have to be like a house fire, just to be fair. It's more than likely, if this hasn't happened yet, it's more than likely a person that's probably going to backstab you. So, because I feel like when this happens, it's quite upsetting, but I don't have time to really deal with the emotions of it. The passion hitting with the Three of Swords is kind of like, it's very upsetting that this is happening. Very, very. It reminds me of another Taurus I used to know when they lost their job. They got fired for unfair reasons, and it just devastated them. But they didn't have time to really deal with it. They just had to go on to the next. They just had to pick up, get another job, and keep going. And they did. But I feel like later on they had to deal with the trauma of it. Things are happening so fast. Like, there's another fire card here. I don't feel like I have the luxury of really sorting it out. I just don't. Can we get a little bit more about this? I mean, I just read the way I read. I don't try to put things there that I don't see, so. You got the Magician coming in with this. You pick up, this may sound weird, you make like fire. You move fast, you move quickly, you do what you have to do. If I have to go there, then I have to go there. If I have to take a left quick, I have to take a left quick. You're just handling it in a way that's not comfortable to you, that's not normal for you, but it's like, this is what I need to do, so therefore I'm doing it. You're securing the situation for other people. Is there 2 or 1 cards here? Other people are looking to you for guidance on this situation is what I'm getting. And you seem very calm on the outside, but you feel unhappy on the inside. You're like, on the outside you look very together and like, this is going to work, we're going to make it, this is what we're going to do, we got to do left, we're going to go left. On the outside it seems like you're very calm and cool. On the inside you're like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate everything about this, I hate this, I hate this. But you're making it. You do come right back to a place of success fairly quickly. It's not easy for you to do this, but it's kind of like I go into the next level like I need to. Got 8 of Pentacles and the Strength card, which is another 8. When I say fairly quickly, when I keep seeing those 8s, it may take you up to a year to really get back to this place. But for whatever that happened here, the fact that you're getting back within a year to you might seem like that's unrealistic. Like that would be really fast. So take it with a grain of salt with how fast this goes back to where it needs to be. Success does come back. 2 of Cups comes back. The new beginning comes in. It may take you up to a year to get back to this place where you're feeling like this. But whatever it is, it's kind of like, even to you, to you it feels like that's very fast for things to feel like they're solid and where they should be again. It just seems like this time period flies by very quickly, which I know I'm using a year as an example, but maybe to Taurus that makes sense. Maybe to the people watching that makes sense why I'm saying it. Because for me, I'm personally thinking like a year, that's a long time. But I can also think back of like, when I think about certain people who've passed away in my life, it's been like 5 years or better for some people, and I'm just like, that flew right past, and I'm just like, I'm kind of shocked how fast that went by. So maybe it's relative to the experience of what you're dealing with. Time flies past, because I feel like you're very busy during, for example, if it does take a year, you're very, very busy. You don't have the luxury to sit back and think about where you've been and where you're going. And it's one thing after the next that you just have to pick up the pieces and keep going. It is good though. It is good, but like what I'm also kind of getting here is that like things get back to a very good place and you're feeling very strong and very self-sufficient. And on the outside you're going to look very put together. And the inside, I feel like I'm still dealing with the devastation of what happened. For those of you this is going to really hit with, therapy is a great option. If you have the luxury of going into that when this happens, the sooner you get into therapy, the better, because there's going to be emotional fallout from this. It's very traumatic, whatever you're going through, there will be emotional fallout from this. You do have that chance to heal from this. Even if you join some type of online community to talk about this stuff, or maybe seek out other people who have gone through similar things, maybe they can help you talk it out and work through it. I'm not saying you have to do that right away, but the sooner you start heading that direction, the better you're going to feel. I definitely feel like some of you, maybe you're at the other side of this. Maybe it was a year ago that all this happened for some of you, and you're just getting to this point now where I'm feeling very self-sufficient. I'm feeling like I got my feet on the ground again, like things are where they're supposed to be. But they're saying there's still this emotional fallout, and you probably realize it. Like, for example, whatever happened, like when certain situations happen, or for like once, many, many years or a couple of decades ago, I got burned with grease. And for the longest time, the sound of grease would like set off like fear. It doesn't now, but like I'm just saying, it did for a while. Maybe you're realizing that certain sounds or certain situations trigger that fear response. Therapy is great. I would say therapy is the best idea. But even if you join online groups or have somewhere to talk this out and start working through this energy, so it doesn't hold you down for the rest of your life, because it's still there. It's still there, and it's going to cause damage. The only way to get past it is to hopefully have somebody, again, an online community, a therapist, whatever you find necessary, to talk it out, so somebody can say, all right, this is what you're right about. This is a fear response, and this is how we can kind of work through this to help your brain work through it, your emotions work through it, so you don't have to feel held down by that fear anymore. Believe it or not, moving past this time is very possible, but if you don't work through it, it'll never leave. It'll haunt you for the rest of your life. And this may be how you look like on the outside, very strong, very put together, very self-sufficient, but you're always going to have this little feeling of pain or this devastation or fear always haunting you, and it'll just pop up when it pops up. The purpose of this reading is for you to get back to this point where you feel safe and you feel happy and you feel like you're strong again, like you don't have this fear holding you down anymore. To put it in proper perspective so you can have it where it needs to be, so where that experience, when I need it, I can use it to my advantage, not to where that experience just pops out and just causes chaos when I don't want it. You want that experience in your history so you can call on it and go, I survived this, I did well with this, I did the best I could with this, and now I can help others with it. You don't want it to be just like, oh my God, that's happening, poof, and I'm feeling that fear and I'm in the middle of that once again. You can move past this. You can be happy again. And maybe this is one of those things where the only way to do it is to talk to somebody else, talk to a professional. You may not feel like there's an option for you to feel happy again, but I'm getting, if you search for it, if you find somebody, especially, like I keep going to that therapist thing, it's the best idea I can think of. You might find the resolution that you never thought even existed. It's kind of like if you went through your whole life and never saw the color red, you didn't know it existed, and then somebody shows you the color red, your whole life would change. You know what I mean? If you never saw it before. Hopefully that makes sense. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.